We're live. Hi, how you doing? Beauty and the Beat Radio. We got our guests coming in right now. We about to get it started. It's Black History Month. It's Beauty and the Beat Radio. Come on in, Ben. We got Ben Franklin, artist, writer, musician, producer extraordinaire. How you doing today?
I'm doing well.
You're doing well?
That's right.
That's what's up. We just had, Super Bowl weekend this past weekend. What was going on this week? Did you watch Super Bowl?
Yeah, I watched it. It was disappointing.
Disappointing. Congratulations to the Denver Broncos. I know everybody isn't a fan, but you know.
Yeah, I wanted Cam to win.
I know, and he wanted himself to win. He kind of didn't appreciate losing.
No, he didn't.
I saw Snoop Dogg in the fan room or the press room, and he has his show. So he asked him, he said, "Do you think the little kid in you outweighs the man in you?" And I was like, ooh, that was kind of a good question, just because, a lot of times it's kind of hurtful to win, and they had all these things going on. But congratulations to, what'd you think of the halftime show? Back to music.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought the halftime show was genius. I kind of became a Beyonce fan again.
Formation.
Yeah, that was like really, really cool to see. Especially being black. It was like awesome. Like finally, she's kind of like giving us a shout out. I know, which is crazy.
She was giving us super. Black Panther. Wait a minute, she said I got hot sauce in my bath water. And I was like, ah.
She from my city too, man. So
what?
I'm from Houston.
Are you? I thought you were from Alaska.
I was.
Wait a minute,
Okay, I got to give you the story now.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I did a little research. I thought you were from Alaska. You from Houston?
I'm from Houston, Texas.
Houston, H-Town.
H-Town. I was born in Alaska.
Okay.
And family was in the military, so we moved out towards Texas once my parents divorced. And yeah, man, she's from H-Town, man. Like literally, like a couple of blocks from where I grew up at.
Okay. H-Town, Beyonce. So, I think they did that. I think it was good that they mixed it up and didn't have just one person. I think if it was Coldplay by himself, I think we kind of would have been like there. But then the homage to past, performers and things like that. And Beyonce dropped her single. She announced her tour, and they said that it was almost, I don't know if it's sold out or what have you, but just all those people watching, it's like instantly ticket sales is like through the roof.
Yeah, she's our Michael Jackson. Me and my boys, we talk about all the time about, who's what. It's because history repeats itself, and I really do feel like she is our Michael Jackson. Like, she has that power.
She does. She just kind of owns the stage all the time. So have you ever worked? You've worked with some amazing people. Have you ever worked with Beyonce?
I've never worked with Beyonce. I've never. I had to say it again. Make sure it's on record. I've never worked with Beyonce, but I've worked with a lot of talented artists and musicians and producers over the years.
You have. I see. We have something. Do we have something? This is the engineer. How you doing, LeBron? This is our engineer. He doesn't speak.
Hey, what's up, LeBron? How you doing, baby? You doing all right? Hey, you chilling. That's what's up.
He's
That's
chilling.
what I'm talking about.
He chills in the cut for us. But we have something. I think we have something for Mr. Ben Franklin of his work. I didn't send you something. Oh, he's gonna. Oh, okay. He's gonna do it here. But no, you've worked with some amazing, for the Baby Faces. You've scored music for films, television. What would you think is your most comfort zone? Do you have a comfort zone because you're a writer, you're an artist? What is your comfort zone with music? Do you have one?
My comfort zone would have to be just singing.
Okay.
Yeah,
so being an artist yourself is your comfort zone.
Yes, and I feel like when you get around other creative people, other artists, yourself, you kind of. I know it's like a weird thing that happens, it's like you're sharing the same consciousness, I know what you're thinking, you know what I'm thinking, let's bounce ideas, and you kind of have fun dancing around that thought, so.
How do you feel with R&B? Like, you write for other artists, correct?
Correct.
Like you write music as well as the words and lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's always these things when you come to hip hop where you didn't write your lyrics, or it's like a big deal in hip hop where you didn't. But in R&B, I don't find it that competitive in that sense that you want to share your music and your artistry with other artists. Would you find that to be true?
I find that to be absolutely true. I think now, back in the day, it was competition back in like Prince and Michael Jackson days.
Right.
It was just like, James Brown kind of brought that whole kind of atmosphere. It's just like, hey man, you better show up and show out.
Show out.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, you will get booed and you're not going to sell any records. Now I feel like it's just not to that level again. But it's a lot of great music out there.
Right. So the Grammys are coming up. I know you have some upcoming performances and appearances going on. You've been Grammy nominated. Is Grammy a goal for you?
Absolutely.
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 Okay. So what have you been nominated for? With what work have you been nominated for?
I've been nominated for Booker T. Jones' Sound the Alarm. That was produced by the Avila Brothers and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. That's family. Those are my mentors. And we were nominated for Best R&B Performance with Anthony Hamilton off that record.
Okay.
And that was definitely a life-changing situation right there.
So does that make everybody pay attention and say, "Oh, we want him to listen to our music"? Or whatever? Does the hotline bling once you get nominated? Like, I just want to know, because there's so much talk with the Oscars, with the diversity conversation and stuff. We do have the Oscars for film and stuff coming up, and they were saying, Halle Berry was like, "Oh well, it's not like my phone was ringing off the hook once I received her Oscar or what have you." So when it comes to music, once you get nominated, is it a different? Is there a different level of your artistry when people approach you about working with you? Is there a different level, do you think?
Absolutely. It seems like it's like, you get some artists, that's like, oh my God, you've been nominated for a Grammy. Oh man, I definitely need you to work on my project.
Right.
I need you to just give me everything you got.
Right.
But majority of the time, you get a lot of artists like, hey man, I can't afford you.
Oh, okay.
You get that thing going on. Yeah.
Well, that's why you have people to talk to people, to talk to your people. Because, you kind of don't want to be involved in the money thing. It's like, I cost this much. Now, can you get with my people and y'all work something out?
Exactly. Right? Exactly. Okay. Yeah. But business,
business is business. You got to handle the business.
Yeah. It always gets crazy, and, which kind of moves me into this area now as being an artist and releasing my project.
Okay, so what are you working on for? It's 2016 now?
Yes.
What are you working on? What do you have upcoming?
Well, what I have upcoming is my new Untitled album, which I'm pretty much writing and producing now with my team of individuals that's sitting all over there.
Hey, team.
That's the whole
this
team.
Is your writing and production team?
This is everything. This is my life. I can't
your
really
lifeline.
Put my lifeline. This is I wouldn't be able to do any of the things that I'm doing without this lifeline, the support that I have from my family, and that's just really pushing, which pushes to the concept of why we're doing this record now is to kind of promote that, especially in our community. You don't really see, as far as like R&B goes, a real sense of family, and that's kind of like been like the underlining motivation for that.
Okay, so what is it that you have going on with? I think you do something with your intimate home jam. Do you have home jam sessions?
Home jam sessions.
Well,
yeah, we do.
You got your team here.
Hey man, yeah, we do. Yeah, all the time, all the time. That's how generally the writing process starts. Is that we all get together.
So does the team play music?
Absolutely.
Okay, so introduce your team.
Let me introduce my team first and foremost. We got the killer right here, my wife right here, Cassandra Franklin right here.
Miss Cassandra Franklin.
Yeah.
Hello, Miss Franklin.
Yeah, you don't even want to let her get on this mic because she may.
But we can. You can come on in.
Then I got my man right here, cousin Chris right here.
Hey, my cousin Chris.
Chris Powell right there, hip hop, jazz artist. I mean painter. I mean it's ridiculous. And then I got the breakbeat, the heartbeat right here. Buff Billington right there.
Buff Billington?
Yeah, he's also an artist too as
name.
well. Hip hop artist.
Mr. Buff.
Yeah, so I've always been close to hip hop.
You're hip hop.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So
I
you
got
mix,
it
you
now.
mix the genres.
I have to.
Because they call you. I know your Instagram is BF the Soul Man. Am I
Yes,
correct? Okay, so is that how you want to be perceived? Is the artist with soul? Is it R&B?
Absolutely.
Or how yeah. So you want to.
Yeah, man. I've gone to the places where it's like, you know what? You know, because when I was growing up as a little boy,
Okay.
you know, we had
Boy in Houston, Texas, not Alaska.
Yep.
Houston,
Right.
Texas.
And
H-Town in the building. We country Bama. I got hot sauce in my bathwater.
you know what? And she's so real with that, you know, because that was the culture. You know what I'm saying? So growing up in that, you know, we were just talking outside. You know, waking up Sunday morning hearing James Cleveland and James Moore to like Sam Cooke and Marvin Gaye. I mean,
Just music.
just music. And then when the funk
Influence.
came, that was just like, I lost my mind. When I heard George Clinton, I was just like, and I heard Bootsy, I was like, okay, that's
So would that be some of your musical inspirations that led you to get into music?
absolutely. That Bootsy Collins, Roger Troutman, Curtis Mayfield, you know, Nina Simone, you know, the real heavy in that, the Miles Davis, all the jazz stuff. And I'm kind of like confused in all kind of those genres, but
As an artist and as a producer, because I mean, when I looked at your credits, it's Rodney Jerkins, Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, Usher, Christina Milian, David Banner,
Yeah.
Estelle, Babyface. I mean,
Yes.
the list goes on. It's like it's such a diversity in your range. So I mean, you like a lot of music. And then we got
Yeah.
Mr. Buff over here, this hip hop. Hey, woo woo. And then your wife right here, what your R&B?
that's
What is your R&B? So I mean, you incorporate everything into your music. You're just
Everything.
a musical. And do you play instruments as well? Of course you do.
Absolutely.
What instruments do you play?
I play piano, guitar, and trumpet. Those are like my main instruments.
Okay, that's a good mix.
Yeah. So we're trying to switch it up a little bit.
Okay. So, do you have any? So we talked about your inspirations. Do you have any artists out there that say it would be like a dream? Like we talked about Beyonce, who you have not worked with yet.
Right.
Who y'all from the same towns? Who hint, Miss B.
Right.
Shout out to the Beehive. That Ben Franklin might want to work with you.
You need to get at me, B.
Okay.
You from the same neighborhood. You need to get at me now.
No,
Come on.
Hey, what's up? But are there any artists that say you haven't worked with that you would like to work with?
Oh man.
Too many today.
Jill Scott. That would be like we were just
I saw her
talking about.
perform. She was very good. Like I love her. And,
I mean, she just got so much soul. It's just ridiculous.
Okay.
MF Doom. We talk about because we sit and listen to him all day. Robert Glasper. You know, it'd be an honor to work with him.
Okay.
John Legend, of course.
Oh yeah. Who? While they say it's not enough diversity in the Oscars, but they did him and Common one last year for that the Selma soundtrack. What was,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know the name of the song, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Glory.
Glory. Thank you, Glory. That was a great song.
Yes.
Did you like it?
I love it.
You love it.
Yeah, man. I feel like we need more of that. Like,
Right.
you know, John is like he's like one of the generals to me. You know, when I think about John Legend, it's like, man, that's one of the ones that's like setting the pace. Him, D'Angelo. I mean, it's a long list.
I like, him. Speaking of D'Angelo, what do you feel about this? Because we brought up Beyonce. I know Rihanna just recently dropped her music, Anti, which is already platinum. Congratulations to her. And Beyonce, who kind of started trending with the drop an album and don't tell nobody. Just, hey, I got my own social media. I got 30 million followers. Let me
Right.
just drop it, and y'all gonna know when I drop it. You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? And so it's you're not really as dependent up on the major label. I didn't ask you what your label situation is, but I think that artists more and more now are becoming more independent within themselves and releasing their projects, controlling their projects, controlling the pace of what they're releasing and all of that.
Absolutely.
So how do you feel about just dropping something digitally and just letting it go?
Man, that's the only way to go.
Really?
I really feel that way. I think that is
Hello.
the way of the future for us as artists to crush the lines between fan and artist. You know, I think about it. I was like, man, I would have loved to text Michael Jackson and be like, man, I was feeling that bad album. You know what I'm
Right, so
saying?
you could DM them.
Yeah, to be able to contact. I mean, I think about all my mentors and my heroes. I would have loved to talk to. Back then. With the technology that we have now, and to be honest with you, the major labels, we don't need them. We are the major label. We are.
So do you
them.
get a lot of I guess, do people contact you via social media in
Yes.
that way? They do.
Yes.
And you get a lot of promotion and things of that way, where you can kind of control your own publicity and
Absolutely.
music and reach out yourself.
Yeah,
and
I
put it in
literally.
contact with your own team.
Yeah,
Team strong.
when I first released the record, we released a single last year, and
Mm-hmm.
we did the whole iTunes thing and the whole 9 yards, and it was whack. You know, it was just like, why are we doing this?
Mm-hmm.
You know, why are we giving a percentage to a company that didn't help us make this record?
Right. Okay.
And they say they're a distributor, but I mean, shoot, I can send anyone an email.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it didn't make any sense. You know, kind of feel like they just playing with my head and playing with my art. So.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like, I made the decision for myself, and I'm not doubting, anybody else or putting down anybody else. I just feel that I want to know who my fans are. I want to know the names. I want to know what they like listening to. I want to know what
like
song they didn't like.
It's like
you
your
know?
own focus group.
Absolutely.
Like, you can kind of conduct your own studies. Like, what y'all feeling right now? You have a website. Like, how do we follow you? I know you're BF the Soul Man on IG, but how do
Yeah.
people get in touch with you?
You can get in touch with me with website BennyFranksMusic.com.
Okay. Benny Franks, B-E-N-N-Y.
Mm-hmm.
FranksMusic.com.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
And you have such a notable name, Ben Franklin. You're on the dollar bill already. I mean, 100. Excuse me, it's all about the bitches. What did I say, dollar bill?
You know what?
Talking.
It's all right.
I just want to see if y'all
It is
listening.
all right. Y'all can go ahead and
It's
crack
like you
your
on
jokes.
$100 bill.
It's all right. I be hearing stuff like that, and it's funny, we laugh about it all the time, but
But that's his real name.
yeah.
Oh, I mean, I just verified it. That's your real name. You are Ben Franklin.
Yes, I am.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
It really is. And it's about change, and that's it, change, that's right. Not this kind of change, but the change that we all need as a people, and that's what's driving me to make this music now.
Okay. I love that. So, do you have any upcoming shows that we could talk about or promote?
Oh,
I think
yes.
you have something going on.
Absolutely.
Let us know about it.
Well, the major show that we have coming up is on the 28th of February in Phoenix, Arizona. I will be performing alongside the legendary Dick Gregory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, and I've been waiting for this for a long time, so this is definitely on the bucket list,
Okay.
Okay.
And then you have something going on tomorrow out here for the
Oh.
Grammy week?
You gonna bring that up? Man,
I'm not supposed to?
look, yes, you're supposed to.
Excuse me?
That's the real party right there.
All right.
Yeah, we're performing
Pre-Grammy?
pre-Grammy party, red carpet,
Okay.
at the Zen Lounge.
Okay.
I know you're gonna be there, right?
Of course I am. A big
better
sister.
be that
Throwing
good.
a shout out to Clinch Entertainment, Zen Lounge, and everybody that does that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to those guys, man, for inviting us to come down and rock the house, man. I'm so excited for that. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
So what can we expect to hear from Ben Franklin?
Hey, man,
we already established that, right?
Yeah, that hot butter soul. That's it. It's unadulterated.
Okay.
Just that. You bring that soul back to the West Coast. This is where it was at right here. We wouldn't even have no hip hop. We went for that soul. So.
Okay.
So that's.
Buff, you hear that?
I agree.
Agree. Okay.
That's my man right there.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. So that's what you can expect. Expect the unexpected too, as well. So.
Okay.
And a good time too.
A good time.
Yeah, man.
Okay, it's a fun week. It's a good time. It's LA. You got you out here. We got you coming up on the 20th in Arizona.
Yeah.
We can follow you, BF the Soul Man or BennyFranksMusic.com.
Yep.
Okay, and we got some music that we're gonna play from you a little bit later. I got our wonderful, lovely actress and TV personality, Miss Sunday Carter. So don't get it twisted, because I did, a little bit before. Sunday Carter coming up, and then right now I want to go into something that we were backstage at the NAACP Awards that I want to get into with my girl, Miss Karen Woods, that invited us to cover the Image Awards. So many diverse group of talent. I mean, you got Empire that won. We had a lot of people that won, but I want to show some of the, look at me like, no, we do. It's so many people that won. I don't want to leave anybody out and just call some people out, but it was a lot of people, a lot of diversity that was represented on the stage. Anthony Anderson hosted it. He had opened it up with NWA, like a spoof on a little comedy skit. I ran into O'Shea backstage, who had just won his award. Wow. Yeah, we had Viola Davis that was backstage. But we had a bunch. It was so many people out there. We was like, ain't that So we got all that. So we're gonna come back, and we're gonna come back and talk with Miss Sunday Carter about what she has going on. You have the NAACP footage, right? So we're gonna go into that, and then we're gonna get into a song from you later on before we go out. And I appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you.
BennyFranksMusic.com. BF the Soul Man.
That's right.
Mr. Ben Franklin. Thank you, Beauty and the Beat Radio. Hello, Beauty and the Beat Radio. It's Cerise Styles here, and I am here at the NAACP Image Awards. We got Anthony Anderson as our host today. A lot of honorees, a lot of guests, a lot of celebrities. We're here with the Backstage Creations Gifting Lounge, and we're going to see what the sponsors are giving out, who's coming back here, what are they getting in their bag, what's this all about? We want to find out. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing here and what you started with Backstage Creations.
Well, actually, we created the Gift Suite concept back in '94. Yeah, ancient, I know. It's like a very long time ago.
They often imitate, but you're the creator.
Yes, we are, yeah. So we being the official company, we're backstage at all the shows, hence the name Backstage Creations. And so we're at the NAACP Image Awards, we do the Emmys, the MTV Awards, Teen Choice, we're at most of the major award shows. And, you know, it's just really fun. The celebrities are here to support the show, and it's just nice to show some love to them for all that they're giving back, a whole evening of their life, and really helping to give the show a much better rating. And so we have nice little goodies for them just as a thank you for coming by and spending their night with us.
And then a lot of the sponsors here as well. Do you often give back to the charities as a part of your initiative to give back to charities as well?
We do. At many of the shows, we'll have charitable organizations involved. Obviously, NAACP is a nonprofit as well. But quite often we'll have, for instance, at the Teen Choice Awards a couple years ago, we raised $150,000 for City of Hope and a number of other great nonprofits. So it's something that I think the celebrities really like giving back, using their name in that way.
And I'm here with Tiffany, and we're going to talk to us about what your Empower Cosmopolitan Martini. You said it's made with sweet potatoes? Yes. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it's a 25 proof, ready to pour cocktail, sweet potato vodka, white cranberry, triple sec, and lime, ready to drink. So all you have to do is chill it in your refrigerator, not the freezer.
Why not the freezer? I do vodkas in the freezer. That's not a good thing?
Well, it's not a good, it is when it's straight vodka. Okay. But because it's a cocktail already made, those other flavors don't work well in the freezer. So it'll freeze just like anything. Like cranberry juice, if you put cranberry juice in the freezer.
Okay, so what are the other flavors that are in there? So this is a vodka, so sweet potato. Is that the other flavor?
The vodka is actually made with sweet potatoes. So typically you'll see vodka made with wheat or something like that. So then it's white cranberry, triple sec, and lime. So that's the Cosmopolitan in the bottle.
I need to have a sweet potato margarita, or not a margarita, martini.
Yes.
Hey, so you made this yourself. What was it? It's called Empower. So what was the meaning behind you creating it and naming it that?
Yeah, so Empower, and there's a W featured on it as well. So the product's really about celebrating and empowering women. So a lot of the events I do are those that support women or support charities that are focused on women's initiatives. So that's really the impetus behind the product. And I wanted to do something for women because so many times alcohol products are for men. We're thought of as second, so I wanted to do something about us and celebrate us.
So, Beauty and the Beat here, and we're backstage at the Backstage Creations Lounge. And I'm here with Courtney with Beard Guys. And tell us a little bit about your product and what you have you're giving out today.
Yeah, so Beard Guys is organic and natural butters and oils for your beard care, making sure that everything's in shape, in place. I know that beards are so popular right now, and you want to make sure it's always perfect. So they have a daily wash, a deep conditioner, an oil, and then they have a balm, but they have two kinds of balms because you can have fine beard hair and you can have coarse beard hair. So you want to make sure that you're covered for both. So we've got that both in there.
You know that James Harden is really known for his beard. What products do you recommend for him?
I'm going to go ahead and say all of them, but especially the coarse beard balm. That would be perfect for him.
And I have Chaz Guest here. He's an artist, and he's the one that created this lovely art of Misty Copeland, who's actually an honoree today. So tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind this and a little bit about this painting right here.
Well, you know, I mean, she's such an icon, right? I mean, so with me being, you know, elated with her success, and we have a mutual friend, Desmond Richardson, who's also another amazing dancer, and I just had the inspiration to shed this this energy that I had, surrounding her talent. And so he arranged that we meet. I met her backstage in one of her rehearsals. Okay. And I had started the painting, and I worked on it backstage with her, posing.
So she was live.
This is live.
Like,
yeah.
It wasn't just
yeah.
Cerie Styles here with Dalton at the NAACP Image Awards, and we're backstage at the Backstage Creations Gifting Lounge. So, Dalton, tell us a little bit about what inspired you. We have the Misty Copeland painting, but tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind this design that we have here.
Okay, so taking the painting as our jumping off point, when Chaz was kind enough to let us have use of that painting, I decided what better evening to do an homage to Misty. She's
also being honored tonight.
Who is also being honored tonight. Who is graceful and elegant beyond compare. And so if you look at the painting and you look at the warm tones that are in that painting, all of the furnishings that I selected that are here in the lounge were meant to reflect that same elegance, her grace, her style. You'll notice that all of the florals are in warm, flattering tones, complement what she did. They're graceful and sweeping. These chairs, European, Louis XV in inspiration. And then, of course, you've seen her toe shoes, which we have on top of that beautiful gold damask linen over to.
And then did you frame those?
Yes, we had those framed in a shadow box. Chaz was kind enough to write a little note on the back border of that with Misty's name, and this is just meant to be a beautiful, quiet little break for celebrities in high tight shoes and beautiful clothes to have a moment to relax.
Bilal here. You're backstage with Backstage Creations right here, and we have Be Opulent. So tell us a little bit about your product.
Well, Opulent is a jewelry line. Okay. We specialize in beaded jewelry, gemstones. We incorporate 14 karat gold, diamonds, rose gold, and silver into AAA gemstones. All the gemstones are natural. They all have, healing properties that are associated to them, but we just mix the gold and it's silver and diamonds just to give it that flair. So we've been out for 3 years. Okay. We don't sell to the public yet. We
custom orders only?
Yeah, we do a lot of celebrities, TV shows, and industry people. But coming of the summer of 2016, we will be available to the public. We do stuff for Oprah, Michelle Obama, from Jay-Z to whomever. So a lot of the gemstones that you see out there are Be Opulent gemstones.
So they're Be Opulent. Do you take? So you're customizing. You're making specialty. Do you take? If they say, okay, my energy is this, or I want this, or do you take the time to really put? How do you create the product?
Well, what happens is we go. 9 times out of 10, people not even thinking about the gemstones. They say, wow, the bracelet, they just look so beautiful, exotic. I never saw them before. And then I start to explain the process of, the healing powers of the gemstones. But I come to people's homes, I show them the gemstones, I show them different examples of different products, and they, they make their orders. Do necklaces, rings, anklets. So, we're definitely involved. We're also doing a fragrance line, yes, that will be infused with gemstones. So we're. What
was the inspiration behind it? Because it seems like it has a lot of meaning when you say the gemstones. It has style and meaning. So what was the inspiration for you to create it?
Well, I used to design diamond watches. And then, of course, when, the whole financial world took an upturn, people really wasn't buying diamond watches like they were. And people started wearing the bracelets, and I saw them. And I said, wow, I can take my upscale jewelry design and, do a meaningful line. Taking the gemstones and making it flare, it's stylish, but people also have the energy of the stones. So, and we've been rolling for 3 years, and I'm just excited and to be here and amongst everybody. Yes.
And I'm here with Big Rich, and we got wrist boom speaker watches. Can you tell us a little bit about your product?
Yeah. So I got so scared now.
Don't get scared. I'm gentle.
So wrist boom that we came up with probably about a year ago in concept and idea. Okay. Got it all built, brought it into the market about 4 months ago, had a lot of fun with it. Basically, speaker, 2 watts, 6 to 8 hour battery life, runs on Bluetooth, inline microphone, so when you're out walking, whatever, you're listening to music, you get a phone call, you touch the button, and it pops over onto your phone.
And I'm here with Ernie, and we got patty pies and patty cakes. Tell us a little bit about what's going on over here.
Yeah, well, this is Patti LaBelle, as you know. She's famous for her great recipes, and a few months ago, her sweet potato pie went viral on the internet. It was just crazy, sold out everywhere, and it's finally back. And she came back with even more flavors this time. So now we've got the vanilla bun cake and the caramel cake, and they're both very
Red caramel?
It's caramel, just regular caramel, yeah.
So caramel, vanilla.
Yeah.
Those are the two flavors in the cakes and sweet potato pie.
Yeah,
So where are they sold at?
They are mainly available at Walmart, Target. You can get them online. You know, I would suggest going to the retailers instead of paying the eBay $1,000 pricing.
Is it really $1,000?
Yeah, they were going for like crazy prices. So they're back and they're better than ever.
I'm gonna have me a patty cake and a patty pie. And we're back. Thank you to Backstage Creations and Miss Karen Webb for inviting us backstage and inviting us with so much talent. It was wonderful. I had a great time. It was enjoyable to see just everything that was going on and just see so much talent in front of us. But right now, I want to welcome Miss Sunday Carter.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for
sharing
having
yourself
me.
with us. How have you been?
I've been great. I've been great. No complaints.
No complaints.
Not too many.
Not too many.
I mean, who's gonna listen?
Okay.
I always say that.
No, it's always somebody to listen. We always got that one person we can call, be like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even want to hear nothing you got to talk about. Can you just listen to everything I got to say?
Right. Exactly. I have those days.
We do. Everybody. I know everybody got that day. So, what have you got going on right now? I know you have.
What?
Well, we all know right now. We see you on Marriage Boot Camp. That's
Right.
currently on WeTV. I think we got the finale coming up. It just happened.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We have
Almost
2 more episodes.
2 more episodes
Right.
coming up. So we're almost to the bottom of that. So we're getting to see how you dissect your love
Lord.
life and your
Right.
relationship online. But what do you have going on right now?
So Marriage Boot Camp, and I have something going on with David Tatora that's coming out. So I believe like his season starts March 11th. So
Okay.
look forward to that.
Almost a month.
Yeah. So as soon as Marriage Boot Camp goes off of the air, then we'll be right back on David Tatora's show.
Like, as soon as I go off, come back for me.
Right, and then I have something else up my sleeve that I can't really talk about too much, but as soon as David Tatora goes off, then that's going to come on. So it's kind of like a snowball effect.
Oh, wow.
And just moving, in a different direction, just in a more positive direction. And yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of our listeners, they're familiar with you from, say, Basketball Wives and, that season or when your appearance on there.
Right.
It's a popular show, something to be, But actually, you're an accomplished actress.
Absolutely.
With tons of stuff to your credit. I mean,
Right.
you've been in State Property. And, I mean, I think it was over 10, 12 credits to you, if not more.
Yeah, it's about a good 12.
Okay, a good 12. So, you're born and raised in Philly. How did you get affiliated with acting and the State Property or all that?
Well, I was actually born here.
Oh, you were?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm an Army brat, and my parents just kind of settled in Philadelphia because that's where my mother is originally from.
Okay.
So I was raised in Philly, but
Okay.
I was born here in Monterey, California. So
Okay,
I just kind of came back to my roots, and I went to college, and I just felt like I wanted to drop out and do what I love to do.
Okay.
And my parents had always, instilled the arts in me since I was a kid. So
Were
I just
any of them into arts?
Well, my father.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just kind of just really went with what I love to do. So college I went for 3 years, which was very stupid of me to just not finish and
The last year.
Yeah, I only had 1 more year to go, so my parents were like pissed and all that kind of stuff. But I went to Freedom Theater, and I just fell in love with just being able to just open up and be vulnerable and kind of just morph into these different characters and that kind of thing. So that's what I enjoy doing.
Okay.
And then the reality TV just came later.
So reality TV came. What happened when you got that call, and what made you say, I want to go on basketball? Because it was a pre-existing show already. So it was a pre-existing show already. What made you say, yes, this is what I want to go on, or I want to do this?
Well, it just was an opportunity that kind of presented itself. It was different from acting, and I just, I always try something. Right. I don't even know if I'm allowed to have this. I thought I saw a sign on the side saying.
We ain't going to talk about none of that.
Okay.
We do what we want to up in here.
Okay, that's what's up. But so it's just something different aside from me acting, and because I'm very real and open, that's what I think production really liked about me, and me being brutally honest. They kind of needed something like that to kind of, you know,
to go with the flow of the
to
story.
go, yeah, to go
Do
with
you
the flow.
sometimes feel? I know that like I admire anyone that could be on reality TV because it's so much. It's like I'm a private person. I mean, it's so much that you want to expose to you. You don't want to feel like people, you're so closed off that you can't open yourself up.
Right.
And you want to be an inspiration. Like someone says, oh, I want to do what she does. So you want to be both of those things. But then sometimes you're also a mother, you know, a girlfriend, a wife, a sister. But I don't know, like your friend. But it's like you're all of those things. So sometimes it's like, should I give them this much? Should I give them all that? How do you balance that out?
Well, with reality, I don't believe in scripted reality.
Okay.
So if I'm going to like dive into something, I'm just gonna go and just dive, you know, head first. So
okay, so whatever they ask you,
so whatever it
happens,
is,
happens.
because I own my flaws. You know, I'm a
Okay.
work in progress, so nobody's perfect. You know, and I don't try to judge people based off of me like not meeting them yet. And I think that's what happened with me on Basketball Wives. Like people read blogs and they kind of prejudge, and you know they always came up with like these stories and this, that, and the third. But I feel like get to know me first, and if I treat you a certain way, then reciprocate that, you know, back to me. And certain people just weren't able to handle it, and I was very nice. That just wasn't shown. I was the villain. I mean, every show needs a villain, and
right.
you know,
Sometimes I think a lot of that, and I don't know if you could speak to this or talk about it.
Yeah.
A lot of that is, like you say, you don't believe in scripted TV.
No.
So a lot of it, what happens is what happens.
Scripted reality.
Scripted reality.
Right.
I'm sorry. I mean, I did say that wrong. Thank you. Scripted reality. But it's like a lot of that is. They get what they get when they film you, but then sometimes when they edit you, it may look different.
Exactly. It's always different.
So do you feel like sometimes do the blogs kind of get you pegged wrong? Or if they say something, do you feel like you were ever like misrepresented once the after effect came, once the season aired?
Absolutely.
You do?
Yeah, absolutely. Because, I mean, once you shoot and everything's in the can, it goes, you know, into production, and it goes to the editors, and they can chop it up, screw it up, do whatever it is. They can make it seem like you said this when this actually was from a different scene. You understand what I mean? And then put stuff together, and it's like, I didn't say that there. I said that over here.
Right.
Or she said this first, and you know, there's always an action to a reaction actually to an action. So, you know, I was provoked a lot, and I don't like to be provoked. So I had to kind of like work on my tongue and, you know, try to be a little bit more reserved. But I mean, when you have people poking at you and saying different things that they've always wanted to say since day one, and it just takes you to get mad or upset or angry or whatever the case is, and then you say everything that you ever wanted to say, and you know, the entire all in one, and I'm supposed to just accept this. Well, then I'm just going to fire back and shoot below the belt, just you know, just the same.
So okay, so now that we take it, so are you still friends with any of the girls on Basketball? Do you have relationships with them?
Jackie and I are good friends,
Okay.
and the others, and we're castmates. We were castmates.
It's not, but it's not nasty. It's just okay. Sometimes it can be, sometimes it can't. Okay.
I'm cordial. I'm cordial to Malaysia. Malaysia's cordial to me. And who else was on the show?
I don't know. I mean, it's so
some people are just so
nasty.
Not even nasty. I wouldn't say nasty, but I mean, you know how they just like are invisible, and you just don't even remember those people just based off of the personality. Some
It's
people's
not worth
personality, it just doesn't stand out. So I just don't talk about those people.
Right. How do you feel when people hit below the belt and say they come at you about, say, your family life? Like, how did you handle that? Because it was some issues, we don't have to mention it, but just things that came out on the show where they just came up and it was just like, why are we even talking about that on camera? Especially when it deals, people are sensitive about their children.
Children,
you do have children.
Absolutely.
So how did you deal with that and then bringing that, not so much of how you dealt with it on camera, because we all saw that.
Right.
But how did you do that coming home and you dealing with your own personal family? How do you deal with that?
Well, my children were not allowed to watch the TV show. So, I mean, of course, obviously, social media and that kind of thing. So they get any kind of backlash, it comes from there. But to actually watch what happened on Basketball Wives, no. I don't play those type of games.
Okay.
So I'm very overprotective of them. So it's just like, I mean, once I saw which way it was going and it kind of got messy, I just was like, you know what, this is not for them. So I just kind of kept them away. I mean, they came on the show and I had a conversation with them, but that was pretty much it. So I didn't have to really defend anything, or I defended the people that ask questions about my family.
Okay.
I feel as though if I meet you, like I meet you today,
Right.
for the very first time or whatever,
Right.
I'm not going to ask you about your children.
No.
I'm out of line.
Right.
I'll ask you something else, like how do you like being, having your own studio,
Right.
or how did you enjoy the NAACP awards?
Right.
I'll ask
Stuff that's
logical,
pertinent to
logical
right.
questions. I'm
Don't-
not going
don't
to
be
go
going like-
into your deep embedded life
Right.
because I haven't gotten there with
Right.
you as far as right
Today.
now.
Right,
Yeah.
I got you. So, do you feel like your children, because you do have daughters, like I know one of your daughters is like a choreographer, right?
Yes.
So that's exciting. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Like, so do you think that she's influenced or inspired by you being in entertainment and being an actress and a personality?
No, I think she does her own thing. She's
Okay.
been dancing since she was like 2 years old,
Okay,
and
so
she
it's
just
embedded in her.
fell in love with it. And I'm glad that I didn't have to push that on her
Mm-hmm.
because I also danced when I was a kid, but I just didn't want to do it anymore.
Me
So I
too.
just was like, no, Mom, I'm just done. I don't want to do it. So I didn't force it, and because it wasn't forced, and she actually loves the art of it.
Okay.
Then it's great. She just did a video with Chris Brown and Zendaya just last week. She just did something for David Tutora.
Okay.
So look out, David,
Look out,
Deja, David.
Like, what did you call it? The Carter takeover?
The Carter takeover. We're
Carter
taking
takeover
over.
is in full effect.
It is.
Oh, okay. So, what's next for that? What did you? Well, no. Let me get to marriage boot camp. Let me
Okay.
start there. So you opened up with some really personal things,
Right.
and then it was like it kind of got into you guys are working on your relationship as well as you were previously married to Cedric
And then divorce.
and divorced.
Right.
So now you're in boot camp and you're working on your relationship.
Right.
What can we learn from this experience and watching this show and you and his history?
I feel like you'll be able to learn, or if you haven't learned, have you learned anything thus far? Because we are on the 8th episode.
Yeah, we are
going into the 9th
we're
and the
seeing that you
10th.
guys you have some embedded history. There's
Yeah.
some trust issues there.
Yeah.
There's some things that he's trying to get over with you. You're trying to get over with him, and we want to work on that. You kind of want to leave it in the past, but you got to get it out
Yeah.
to work on it. So where is it going to end? Do we know that?
I know,
Okay.
but you guys have to wait and see which way it goes.
Okay.
So basically, like the final episode determines if you're going to be with the person and move forward and try to make it work. So that's
I see
why.
a big rock on your finger. Is that any indication of which way y'all going?
No, this is kind of like I fucked up and I need to fix it kind of
Okay.
situation.
Okay, I got
I don't
you.
know if I can curse on here, but
Yeah.
that's what this is.
Right.
But yeah, so yeah, I wouldn't come in here, and give you guys the scoop. Yeah, the full
Okay.
scoop.
The
Like,
full
oh yeah,
scoop.
this is it. No,
Right.
no. But I think you can learn a lot from me and Cedric because it's a little different, and I feel like because we were married and we got married, I got married too young.
Okay.
And
that's how you feel about your first marriage.
right.
Okay.
I feel like I got
Do you
married.
are your children with Cedric?
Yes.
Okay, so
and I have my little one.
That's not with him. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, if you look at it, it looks like it's a little bit dysfunctional, but it really isn't. And Cedric's a really great guy.
Okay.
And I can't take anything away from him. I just feel like we needed to figure out what we were doing. Like, are we roommates? Are we coexisting? Are we just co-parenting? Like, we need to figure this shit out
Right.
because
It needs to be explained.
exactly
For the children's sake, for your sake, for
Right.
society, like for everybody that
Right.
you're presenting it to.
And
I get that.
for me, I feel like my flaw was more so like the communication.
Mm-hmm.
So I needed to learn how to open up more and trust and kind of just bring my wall down. And it really, marriage boot camp, people think it's scripted. It's not. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Like, I've
Is
never
it
been to
hard to-
therapy before.
And so you're doing group therapy though. It's not
Group
just, it's
therapy.
one-on-one in a sense that
Sometimes.
sometimes.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, you're doing this in front of, what is it, 5 or 6 other couples?
It's 5 total, yeah.
5 total couples. So all of you guys are airing out things at some point in time amongst each other.
Right.
So you're hearing everything. So is it kind of group therapy in a sense for your relationship? Or can you learn something from each and everybody's relationship?
Well, yeah, I think they put us in groups so that we can kind of identify problems in other people's situations. So maybe like take Ink for instance. When Ink first came into the house, we clashed.
Right.
But we clashed because we had so many similarities. You understand what I'm saying? So like
It was too much.
it's too much. Like his ego's here, my ego's here, and we have two people like that. They just go at it, you know. And it's not like I think I know everything, but sometimes I may come off like that. And Ink thinks he knows everything, and he comes off like that. So we clashed a little bit, but as time went on, I got to know exactly who Ink was, and we're great friends. Like I just literally, I had to text him like, Ink, I'll hit you up after this interview, you know. So we all like learn from each other, and now we're like family. So we all speak, we FaceTime, and we, you know, have a relationship outside of the house, which is amazing because it wasn't. Once you finish marriage boot camp, it's like, girl, they take your phone. They say you don't have any outside social media, anything. Could you imagine? It's just like we were in jail.
So how do you deal with? Because I know a lot of the viewings of the show. Because you taped this
7 months ago. Yeah, about 7 months ago.
So 7 months ago, and then now you come and you do public viewings with amongst your fans and people that like you and enjoy your, you know, your personality on TV. Do they come up to you with comments and questions and all of that? How does it feel? Yes.
Yeah, I get a lot of questions, and I actually does it bother me?
No, it's positive.
Oh, positive. Yeah, it's very positive. I think people see me in such a totally different light, and they, I guess, have found a newfound respect for me for whatever reason. But like I say, I never want to come off as a pity case or, you know, a victim, and I don't like to put my problems on other people, you know, but because I am on the forefront and my life is being, you know, played out on television, certain things come out, and people have questions that they want answers to.
They want answers.
They want answers, and they will hawk you down.
They don't have a problem.
They don't have a problem asking. Like I do, every Friday I do a viewing at House of Macau in Hollywood.
Right.
And the episode where, you know, I revealed some things, I just couldn't do it because I was reliving that moment that happened 7 months ago, you know? And I'm like, all these people are coming to me and they're like on my Instagram, they're on Twitter, they're, you know, giving me great positive feedback, but I feel like I can't help everybody. I still have to get the proper help that I need.
Right.
You know, before I can step out and give anybody any kind of advice.
Right.
So, I mean, they just, people,
they don't understand that as therapeutic as it can be for them.
Exactly.
It was exactly that for you.
For me, right.
Okay, I get it.
So, but they still don't have a problem with asking.
Oh, no. They don't have a problem. I know that myself. So, I think that there was a hint at some point during the show that there was something between you and Benzino.
Right.
Did you guys work that out, or was it actually something between you and Benzino?
No.
No? It was just something that there was felt, that Althea felt? Was that her?
No. Benzino actually, I think, changed his story at least about a good 4 or 5 times. And I'm like, well,
that's kind of
the thing is this. I'm not walking my significant other into slaughter. Like, if I felt as though that needed to be said, as far as a sexual relationship, I definitely would have had that conversation with Cedric prior to going into the house. But
did you know who was going to be on the show?
No, I didn't know. Right. So, I mean, I walk in and it's like, okay. But it just, I mean, so many different things were taking place that I just didn't even get a chance to have that conversation with Cedric.
Right.
As crazy as it sounds.
Right.
And I just didn't feel like, you know, Benzino would go and take this situation to the left, because we did sleep in the bed together.
Right.
I spent the night at his house, and we met. Like, I remember everything. He doesn't remember anything. He doesn't even remember when he met Althea. He could, when he did the puppet drill. He said one story and she's like, no, I met you at the breakfast spot. So I'm like, at the time, and I'm not being like arrogant, but you would know if you had sex with Sunday Carter, because I was popping at that time when I met you, dude. I was popping. You would not have forgotten at all. Like, you would know. So I get the fact that men can sleep with so many women and they may not remember, but once you're in front of a person and, you know, the face, all the familiarities, come back, you're going to remember something. So for 1 minute you don't know if he said something, if I was on the rag. He knows something happened. He just knows nothing happened, like, you know, as far as us being like in the bed and we weren't playing checkers and cards or something. He said, I'm like do you remember or you don't?
Right.
Like,
especially with your significant other there, it's like, why?
Exactly.
It's kind of like an unnecessary.
Yeah, but nobody believed me in the house, and I really didn't give a shit because I was just like, I don't have to prove it to anybody. I know that I didn't have sex with. Yeah, I didn't have sex with Benzino, and at the time, I wasn't even with Cedric. I was with somebody else. So technically, that explanation
was unnecessary.
Yeah, was unnecessary.
Okay.
Why are you guys laughing?
I know, we're just smiling. We're just happy to hear it. We want to hear it from you. We want to hear it from you. We don't want the rumors. I mean, set it straight. Like,
I set it straight.
Benzino,
Nothing Benzino. You never had any type of sexual intercourse with me. Stop it. And you know you didn't. Right. So get out of here with that.
Right. So are they working it out on the show, you think?
They're making great progress. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Why? What?
Your eyebrow went up so high.
Mine? Oh, wow. I don't know. Let me look at my face. Did it? Okay.
Okay. You know, it's so much. You know, everybody has an opinion. I'm just glad that you're here to set it straight. I admire you. I mean, I admire that, you know, you could come and set it straight and you're keeping it going. You're not letting, like, sometimes you read so much about people and then you meet them and be like, she was so nice. Like, are you kidding me?
Everybody says that. I'm like America's sweetheart.
Yeah. So
but then I'm painted like, oh, she's a bitch and she's this, she's arrogant. No, that's not who I am.
Right. So
Far from it.
Far from it. We're going to set it straight here on Beauty and the Beat Radio.
Absolutely.
So what do you have upcoming? What's next for Sunday Carter? Is it more scripted things? Is it more reality? Well, you did tell us that you have two projects coming up with.
Right.
What, reality TV?
I didn't say reality. No? I just said I couldn't really talk about it.
Oh, you can't really talk about it. So you're gonna have to stay tuned.
You gotta stay tuned with that. Okay. But I want to move back into my acting. So I'm gonna I'm diving into that and
into some scripts.
Yeah, and I also have a movie coming out. Actually, we just won. It's called Forgiveness, directed by Hakeem Kalfani, and we won. Was it 10 awards at the San Diego African the film festival?
Cool.
Just last weekend.
Yeah, so congratulations on that.
So yeah, we got best movie, best director. Adam got best supporting actor. I mean, we racked up.
So you're gonna shop I think Pan African Film Festival is going on right now. It's a lot of film festivals going on. So I'm sure more people will be able to see it. And where can they find? Is it out major release right now? Or is
Not
it
yet,
DVD?
but it will be.
It will be. Okay,
right.
So the name of it is Forgiveness.
Okay. And I play a police officer.
Okay. You're gonna hold them up, stick them up. I know a lot of men want to be handcuffed by you. So this is Beauty and the Beat Radio. We want to talk about how do you get ready? How do you prepare for the red carpet? We always see you out and about looking good.
Oh, thank you.
What are your red carpet tips? What do you do for looking beautiful?
I'm very simple. I don't like trends. I don't like to, follow the trends. I just like what I like.
Okay.
And I'm loving black right now. Okay. So
black always looks good.
Yeah, black all. Yeah, you can. I mean, who can go wrong with the LBD? You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but the process is annoying. The hair, the makeup. I mean, I don't have ADD, but it's just the process to get your makeup done and then your hair and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, it takes me about a good 2 hours to get that part done, just the hair and the makeup, and then I have a few options. I have a stylist, and Jessica Rich. Hey, Jessica. That's my girl, and so she always comes through for me, and she brings me great options. She knows what I like, and we just go from there. So, yep.
All right, well that's good. So we're gonna keep. So how do we stay in touch? We give everybody your IG, your Twitter.
Well, my Instagram is Sunday Carter _
Right.
Because somebody
playing with your name.
Stole my name. See how people do with no A. Don't put the A because then
it's Sunday.
It's just SUNDY. And then my Twitter is Sunday Carter.
Okay.
And then I have a website, therealsundycarter.com.
Okay.
Yep.
So we can find out everything that's going on with you. We can find out when your film Forgiveness is going to hit. And
my charity events. We didn't talk about charity.
Oh yeah. What else? What else do you have going on charity wise?
Well, I do this thing, the Belle of the Ball, where I send unfortunate seniors off on their prom, and everything is senior high school students. Cool. Yeah. So I mean, down to the nails, the eyebrows, makeup, hair, the dress, you name it. Everything is all taken care of, even the car.
Okay.
And this year I could only afford to do one.
Okay.
But the year before that I was able to, accommodate 2 girls.
Okay.
And how you enter is you send me an email based off of a story, or something that happened in your life. It
And
definitely
why you want to go to prom.
Well, not even that. It's more like a financial issue.
Okay.
So, I don't like for people to, try to be slick. And if you already are fortunate enough to be able to go on your prom, let the people that are unfortunate get this opportunity. So, me and Shona, my publicist from the MV7 group, of course, I got to shout her out. Hey, Shona. We go through a bunch of emails and we just figure out which one, touched us. Yeah. The most, and we did this one girl and it was amazing. Like, it feels really, really good to give back. And then I also feed the homeless. I don't know if you guys remember when I challenged the game and he thought it was a game and I came guns blazing down Skid Row and he lost and I won and we fed over like 3,000 people.
Wonderful.
So so that, and then what else? We're doing an Easter egg hunt because this is what my daughter wants to do. The little ones are also humanitarians. The Cancer Project. My daughter, she dances, and a friend of hers, her mother was passing away from cancer, and they didn't have enough money for health care. So basically what we did was we flew to Philly, we documented everything, and we charged, for people to come and take her dance class. And all of the money went straight to the family.
Wow, that's excellent.
Yeah.
So we can find out more about that and how other people sponsors and get involved on the Real Sunday Carter.
Absolutely. .com. Yeah.
Okay, so I know a lot of people that would probably love to be into beauty and the people like to be involved. And get our sponsors and people involved and see how we can help. So we got like Easter's coming up.
Yeah, so we're going to do a scavenger hunt. We did it last year, so we're going to do it again this year.
Okay.
And it's just really, really fun for the kids. Like they come out, they play games, their faces painted. I mean, it's a lot of fun. And you guys should just come out, maybe just cover it.
Yeah, of course. We would love to. And then you got, it's prom time almost, so that's
I know,
June?
yeah.
So
Well, May, kind of like May.
Okay, so that's a couple of months. So we definitely got to do that. All right, well, we would love to do that. We're going to check you out, and we're going to, Beauty and the Beat will be involved. So you're going to hear more about that.
Yeah.
You and your charity involvement and everything that you have going on. So we're about to go out. We want to go out to a song by Mr. Ben Franklin.
Hey, Ben. Because I didn't
It's
officially meet you.
Yeah,
but hello.
How you doing?
Okay.
Let me know if you like the song.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay,
All
you
right.
know I'm an artist. You sound like Erica Badu. You know I'm sensitive about my shit. yeah, but is it called Save Me? Save Me. So we got Save Me. We're going to go out to that. Thank you, Miss Sunday Carter.
Thank
for
you
coming
for
in.
having me, guys.
Thank you for
I really
coming.
appreciate it.
Appreciate you, and we appreciate you. So we're going to go out to Ben Franklin on Save Me, Beauty and the Beat Radio. Thank you.
Can't sleep, love messing with my mojo. Bad dreams of you and me, but since you're gone so low, I wish I could rewind and do it one more time. It's like I'm doing hard time. That's my state of mind. See, the club ain't popping like it used to. No. Cause all I wanna do is leave with you. Where you at, where you at, where you at? Crazy in my head and got me gone. It could be the liquor, whatever gets me quicker to you, girl. So won't you come and save me? Save me. Save me with your love. So won't you come and save me? Save my extra one. You got my homies calling. Yeah, but I don't pick up. Just so you know, I'm in the club, popping bottles, pouring up. It ain't no fun when you're broken up. You got me going insane, yeah. All my old girls try to hit me up now. No, no. Without you by my side, my life is upside down. Yeah. Crazy in my head, you got me long gone. See, it can't be the liquor. Whatever gets me quicker to you, girl. So won't you come and save me? Save me. Save me with your love. So won't you come and save me? Save me. Save me with your love. So won't you come and save me?